Frank Ocean opens Bond not with grandeur, but with distance. A warped voice, disoriented melodies, and a lens that makes everything feel just out of reach. Nikes is not a song about sneakers. It's a slow motion spiral through the illusions we chase. Sex, fame, wealth, and the people and feelings we lose in the process.
These bitches want Nike. They looking for a check. Tell them it ain't likely.
Frank opens the song with a sharp, almost detached observation of the world around him. People aren't chasing meaning, they're chasing symbols. The Nike logo, a check, becomes a stand-in for all things performative, status, beauty, or wealth. But the line, they're looking for a check, is also a triple entendre. A check as in the Nike swoosh, a check as in money, and a check as in social approval. But then the tone shifts, softer, more mournful.
All you want is Nikes, but the real ones.
At first glance, this is about consumerism, the pursuit of Nike shoes, a symbol, status, a trend. But when he adds, but the real ones, Frank is making a deeper point. The person he's addressing is chasing symbols, but missing the real people, the ones who have a heart, who aren't fake, who aren't chasing aesthetics, but chasing authenticity. With
just like you, just like me.
he acknowledges that everyone, including himself, is complicit in the materialistic society we all inhabit. Another way to look at this line is to realize that Nikes are one of the most counterfeited products in the world. So when he says the real ones, it works two ways. On one level, he's talking about authentic shoes. On a deeper level, he's mourning the loss of authenticity in people. In this next moment of Nikes, Frank speaks with a guarded tone.
I don't play, I don't make time.
He's drawing boundaries, making it clear he doesn't entertain drama or casually hand out his time. But then with a sharp pivot, he adds,
But if you need dick, I got you.
the walls stay up emotionally, yet he's still offering physical intimacy. It's a contradiction, connection without commitment, closeness without vulnerability, a way of giving something while keeping the most important parts of himself untouchable. Then comes this layered line.
When I am from the line.
This is wordplay at its finest. In basketball, a yam refers to a forceful, powerful slam dunk, while the line is a free throw line, an area where only a select few athletes have ever managed to dunk from. Dunking is also a slang for sex. Frank cleverly uses this sports metaphor to highlight his skills as a lover. He doesn't just dunk from the free throw line, he emphatically yams it. Additionally, yam serves as a colloquial term for a vagina.
Go up for ASAP. R.I.P. Pimp C. R.I.P. Trayvon. That nigga look just like me.
This is a toast to fallen icons, A$AP Yams, who co-founded the A$AP Mob in 2006 and discovered talent like A$AP Rocky and A$AP Ferg. Pimp C, who co-founded UGK with Bun B, shaping southern rap with their soulful, gritty sound. Trayvon Martin, a teenager whose murder was both racially charged and nationally mourned. With That Nigga Look Just Like Me, Frank identifies with Trayvon, not just racially but existentially. He's saying, I could have been him. It's a moment of clarity in a song otherwise drenched in luxury and haze.
And my little cousin, he got a little tray.
This is an introduction to a younger relative involved in small-scale hustling. Trade, here likely meaning the drug trade or some kind of street hustle. Trade could also be layered with queer slang, where trade refers to a masculine discrete partner, primarily used in Black LGBTQ+ culture. Then he adds a vivid detail.
Girl, keep the scales, a little mermaid.
This is wordplay again. Scales referring to both weighing drugs and to mermaids' fish scales, but it also turns his cousin's girlfriend into a kind of mythical figure, someone beautiful, dangerous, and tied to life below the surface. Shifts the tone from casual scene setting into something more intimate and heavy. It's a direct address, almost like Frank is speaking to someone trapped, emotionally, mentally, or in a relationship. Holding your breath suggests anticipation, fear, or waiting too long for release, while weighted down evokes a feeling of being pulled under, like drowning. The imagery ties back to the mermaid and water motifs from earlier, but here it loses the dreamy, playful tone. It's about suffocation, the toll of pressure, and the quiet endurance people carry without showing it. It's a fleeting line, but it cracks the detachment and lets something seep through.
You don't care for me, but he cares for me, and that's good enough.
It's one of Frank's most quietly devastating lines, built entirely on contradiction. The first half is about emotional neglect. The person truly doesn't care in a deep, committed, protective sense. The second half flips to acknowledge a minimal kind of care, maybe material, maybe sexual, maybe just showing up when it's convenient. It's not real love, but it's something. When he follows it with, and that's good enough, it lands like a resignation, accepting scraps of affection because they're better than nothing, even if they still leave you hungry. It's a painfully honest glimpse of settling for partial love, and it undercuts the earlier bravado in this section. Makes it clear they're not in constant contact. There's distance, a lack of everyday communication and connection. But then Frank adds, the pause between good and discussion feels telling, almost like he's searching for the right word or overselling it. It could even be a sly nod to the fact that their good discussions might be more physical than verbal. It's that mix, barely talking most of the time but having rare moments of depth, that makes the relationship feel both starved and special. Meeting his friends last week sounds like progress, but then he says, which throws a bit of uncertainty into the picture. He ends on, holding on to hope even though he's not entirely sure what's happening. It's a snapshot of how a lot of relationships work today. Some real connection, some distance, and a lot of reading between the lines to make it feel okay.
We'll let you guys prophesy. Let you guys prophesy. We gon' see the future first.
Frank sets up a contrast between empty talk and lived reality. When he repeats, "We'll let you guys prophesy," he's mocking both the culture of hype, obsessed with predicting what's next, and the judgmental way people love to talk about others. In response, "We gon' see the future first" becomes a statement of intent. While others waste energy speculating or gossiping, he's focused on living, creating, and moving forward. That focus puts him ahead, leaps and bounds beyond those stuck in conversation rather than action.
Living so the last night feels like a past life.
Hints at nights so wild and surreal they feel worlds away the morning after. The sudden pivot into
speaking of the don't know what got into people, devil be possessing homies, demons try to body jump,
brings a darker undercurrent, people getting lost in vices, bad energy moving from one person to another.
Why you think I'm in this bitch wearing a fucking yarmulke?
A yarmulke is a piece of headwear worn by male Jews in synagogue as a reminder that there's a God above them so that they won't sin. With those set of lyrics, we can understand he's at a party which can be quote-unquote impure, and he's attempting to keep himself pure. However,
acid on me like the frame, weed crumbles in the glitter.
Gives me the impression that he decided to partake in these impure activities, and as a result, the scene is set with
laid out on the sweat floor, away turf, no astro, mesmerized how the strobes glow. Look at all the people feet dance.
I have a theory that these next lines tie back to the first verse, specifically the relationship between Frank's cousin and his cousin's girlfriend, when he says,
I know that your nigga came with you, but he ain't with you.
It mirrors the earlier sentiment.
You don't care for me, but he cares for me, and that's good.
Where they aren't in love, but they're still together. These two relationships could also just be parallels to show the cycle of life of drugs and clubs.
I may be younger, but I look after you.
Each line in this verse is a contradiction in a way. This line is more perception, where the older individual within a relationship must be the one to provide and look after. However, Frank wants to take that mantle and role.
We're not in love, but I make love to you.
Another contradiction. While lovemaking, there's a notion that while performing the act, each individual must have love for each other. But for Frank, while there's a reinclination of that emotion, he's still committed to performing the act of love.
When you're not here, I'll save some for you. I'm not him, but I mean something to you.
He is clearly a replacement for another man. Although they have some affection for each other, Frank is just a placeholder, and this becomes a final contradiction. Well, that's it for me. I'll thank you for watching this video. Please comment below what other song breakdowns y'all might want to see and what other type of content you want to see from me. This video even came from a comment, so thank you for that comment, and peace, love, bye.